the Filipino fans. For Alex Eala, everywhere she goes, she gets swarmed by her fans.
Center court fell silent in the way it only does when the outcome catches everyone by surprise. The scoreboard read 6-4, 4-6, 6-3. Jasmine Paolini had claimed the victory, but then Alexandra Eala turned toward the stands, raised both hands high above her head, and formed a heart with her fingers. In an instant, the stadium erupted as the crowd exploded with thunderous cheers. Because throughout Alex Eala's unforgettable 2-week Wimbledon journey, she stayed behind after every single match, patiently signing autographs for what seemed like hours, making sure every fan who waited for her left with a smile and a memory they would never forget.
Thank you so much. Did you enjoy the match? Yes. Oh, thanks.
And losing wasn't about to change that. What Alex Eala did in the 90 seconds after making that heart gesture is exactly why a round of 16 defeats somehow became one of the defining stories of the entire tournament. So here's the question everyone is debating. Was Alex Eala actually the biggest story of Wimbledon 2026, even bigger than the woman who lifted the championship trophy? Or is Filipino pride speaking louder than the final score? Let me know what you think in the comments. Just 7 days earlier, none of this seemed remotely possible. Eala arrived at the All England club as the number 29 seed, making history as the first Filipino player, male or female, to earn a seeded position at Wimbledon in the Open era. Then everything changed. By July 4, she had stunned defending champion Iga Swiatek on center court with a commanding 7-6, 6-2 victory in front of a packed crowd that had lined up before sunrise just for the chance to witness history. Thousands of fans filled the iconic stadium, proudly waving Philippine flags and singing in Tagalog as Eala completed one of the biggest upsets of the tournament. Intro fall. Then came July 6, and with it came Jasmine Paolini, along with the match that would reveal whether Alex Eala's incredible Wimbledon run was the real deal. Paolini didn't step onto center court to soak in the atmosphere. She arrived with one goal: revenge. Just 4 months earlier in Dubai, Eala had stunned her with a commanding 6-1, 7-6 victory. Now the 2024 Wimbledon finalist, the number 13 seed, and one of the tour's most accomplished players on both clay and grass, was determined to settle the score. The temperature on court climbed to 31 degrees Celsius, and as The Guardian observed, Eala's second serve occasionally floated across the net at just 65 miles per hour. Paolini capitalized on the opportunity and claimed the opening set 6-4. At that moment, the story could have followed the familiar script. A talented young player enjoys a breakthrough run, falls just short, accepts defeat with grace, and is forgotten by the following week. But Alex Eala refused to follow that script. She answered immediately, breaking back and capturing the second set 6-4 to force a deciding set. Even after surrendering her serve at 4-3 in the final set, even after consecutive mistakes allowed the match to slip away, the nearly 20,000 fans inside and around center court never left their seats. They weren't there simply to witness the final score. They were there to witness Alex Eala. Her Wimbledon journey had already become something extraordinary. In the opening round on June 30, she defeated Renata Zarazua 6-1, 6-2 on court 12. Although the outside court held only a few thousand spectators, one broadcaster said it felt more like the atmosphere of a Grand Slam semifinal. After the match, Eala remained on court signing autographs for fans. ABS-CBN's Diane Castillo shared the moment, showing the number 29 seed patiently greeting supporters like a newly crowned champion celebrating with the crowd. Round 2 brought another memorable chapter. On July 2, Eala rallied from a set down to defeat Australia's Maya joint 3-6, 6-2, 6-0. During her on-court interview, she mentioned it was her coach Joan Bosch's birthday. The Wimbledon crowd, famous for its quiet tradition and respectful etiquette, spontaneously broke into a chorus of happy birthday for a Spanish coach they had never even met. Afterward, Eala once again walked to the railings to sign autographs. By then, the connection had grown beyond admiration for a tennis player. The crowd had embraced not only Alex Eala, but also the people and nation she proudly represented. Then came July 4 on center court, where Eala produced the biggest victory of her career by defeating defending champion Iga Swiatek 7-6, 6-2. That was the moment the story stopped being based on emotion and started being backed by numbers. According to The Guardian, highlights from that match generated more than 1.2 million views on Wimbledon's official YouTube channel before Eala had even played her next match. The video attracted more than twice the audience of highlights featuring Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams combined. Read that again carefully. Not just Djokovic-level attention, but more attention than Djokovic and Serena combined on Wimbledon's own platform, all for a player who had never previously reached a Grand Slam quarterfinal. Wimbledon itself leaned into the phenomenon. Its official Facebook page shared footage of Eala signing autographs, with the caption celebrating the overwhelming reaction from fans following her victory over the world number 2. The most tradition-bound tournament in tennis wasn't simply documenting her success anymore. It was celebrating it. For every Filipino fan who believed in Eala when she was ranked outside the world's top 140, and for everyone who defended her when critics dismissed her opportunities as nothing more than wildcard invitations, this was validation unfolding in real time. They weren't wrong. They had simply believed before everyone else. In just 4 unforgettable days, everything changed. Monday brought an opening round win on an outside court that few expected to matter. Wednesday delivered a spontaneous birthday celebration from the Wimbledon crowd. Friday produced a stunning upset over the defending champion. Sunday ended with heart-shaped hands raised toward the crowd after defeat. Those 4 days reshaped the conversation surrounding women's tennis. Back in the Philippines, the tournament had already become much more than a sporting event. It had turned into a national celebration. On July 5, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. publicly praised Alex Eala, calling her a true inspiration for young Filipinos and describing her Wimbledon performance as world-class. As The Guardian reported, watch parties spread across the country. When a nation's president publicly celebrates a round of 16 performance, it is no longer just a tennis story. It becomes a cultural moment, 12 Grand Slam singles titles, 39 major championships across singles and doubles. Founder of the Women's Tennis Association, International Tennis Hall of Famer, the trailblazer who fought for equal prize money long before most of the tennis world believed it was possible. That's the legacy of Billie Jean King. Just hours after Alex Eala's historic victory over Iga Swiatek on July 4, Billie Jean King shared a photo of herself with the rising Filipino star on Instagram. Her caption read, "What a treat to spend some time with Alex Eala, fresh off her historic win at Wimbledon today." She went on to praise Eala's remarkable run, calling it an inspiration for young people throughout the Philippines and around the world. The post quickly attracted more than 81,000 likes and hundreds of comments, but the real message went far beyond social media. The woman who helped build modern women's tennis had personally embraced a 21-year-old from Manila and publicly recognized the significance of her moment. Then there was Roger Federer. Sitting in the royal box during Eala's match against Jasmine Paolini, his presence was later confirmed by Paolini herself during her on-court interview. Wimbledon has produced countless champions, but no player has represented the tournament more completely than Federer. The fact that he was there for an Alex Eala match spoke volumes. When icons like Billie Jean King and Roger Federer become part of your fourth-round story, you're no longer a player the tennis world is discovering. You're the player everyone is following. The impact of Eala's breakthrough is already being felt. The Philippine Sports Commission has confirmed that the country will host a WTA event, a direct response to the unprecedented excitement and demand generated by Eala's success. As Yahoo Sports noted, a nation with virtually no professional tennis tradition has suddenly earned a place on the WTA calendar because one extraordinary player changed the conversation. Think about what that means for millions of Filipinos living across the globe. From Dubai to Los Angeles to Sydney, they watched a young woman from Manila pack stadiums and capture worldwide attention in a sport their country had never fully embraced on the professional stage. That goes far beyond fandom. It's a powerful expression of identity, pride, and representation reaching across continents. And this story is only getting started. Next comes the Canadian Open, where Eala is projected to compete as a seeded player at a WTA 1000 event for the very first time. After that comes the US Open, where she is expected to face American teenager Eva Jovic in an exhibition that could introduce one of tennis' most exciting new rivalries to the sport's biggest audience. And whenever the long-awaited WTA tournament in the Philippines officially arrives, expect a celebration unlike anything the country has ever witnessed. Despite everything she accomplished, Eala never claimed to be the better player that day. She never blamed the conditions or searched for excuses. Her serve dipped into the 60-mile-per-hour range at times, and after leading on serve in the deciding set, she couldn't quite finish the job. When reporters asked about it afterward, she answered with complete honesty. As quoted by The Guardian, she said, "My serve was not as good as maybe other matches, but I have days like that. Everyone has days where they don't play their best. I understand that's part of the job. I don't think I'm going to be playing the best tennis of my life every single day. I don't expect that." Then she delivered the message her supporters will remember long after Wimbledon ended. Never say die, and play every point like your life depends on it. From court 12 to center court. From a crowd singing happy birthday in Tagalog for a Spanish coach to defeating the defending champion on the sport's most famous grass court. From a congratulatory message by the President of the Philippines to praise from Billie Jean King. From Roger Federer watching from the royal box to more than 1.2 million highlight views before her next match had even begun. And finally, those hands forming a heart as she walked off center court after a defeat that somehow felt more like a victory. Alex Eala finished Wimbledon 2026 with a round of 16 result on paper, but she left with something no other player in the draw could claim. She became the tournament's biggest attraction, measured not only by victories but by worldwide attention, endless autograph lines, record-breaking online engagement, and the pride of an entire nation. So here's the question everyone is debating. Was Alex Eala truly the biggest story of Wimbledon 2026, even bigger than the player who lifted the championship trophy, or is Filipino pride speaking louder than the final score? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're there, tell us how far you think Alex Eala will go at next month's US Open. If you've believed in Alex since the days when convincing people of her potential felt like a constant debate, then you've found your community. Subscribe now, because the next chapter begins at the Canadian Open, and you won't want to miss what comes next.